Hello everyone! How are you today? It's Monday, which means there'll be more Bandelland, as it's called in Japanese if I recall. But for us it is the mighty blue badger. And my throat is already being killed. Hello Mina, hello Ellie. I might need to get some more water or steal the water from Tenho later, because I've already drank my whole bottle of water as I was supposed to use today. But hey, that's just how it goes, you know? And there was something else I was going to say. That's kind of how it might. No, that's not how it works. That's not how it works at all. I've also found that I've been very lazy on fixing my archives lately, and so I've finished editing everything of Life is Strange, I say, The Longest Journey. It's ready, except for one thing. I need to fix the thumbnails for The Longest Journey. But apart from that, the entirety of the Longest Journey archive is ready. And I also need to finish editing the Miles Edgeworth and putting that up, but I've been some good and fix that as well. So hopefully I'll be able to do that tomorrow. So, but now we have some cases to do. So let's get right into it. So, we already just started on this one, so hold it. Looks like we found the real crime scene first. Ha! Drag all you want, but we don't have time, all that free time, unlike the two of you. You know what you remind me of? A dog licking his wounds as he whimpers home. Well, I guess I should be thankful that for all the time you've saved me. Xie, that is thank you in Chinese. That's how I say thanks in my country. You're welcome. I hope you realize we didn't do it all for him. But I'm here now, so I'll be taking over. And as I was saying, this is where the real crime took place. Lying in wait. How did Officer Meekins even know that the victim was going to come here? Simple. He was investigating the kidnappers, right? And while he was doing so, he came to understand the victim, Mr. Deacon's movement. And why would the good officer want to ambush and kill a kidnapper? You mean his motive? Who knows? Who cares? You can find that out for yourself if you talk to him in jail. You have no respect for the order of the law. Don't get me wrong, but I need more than there's no motive to convince me otherwise. He's right. The lack of a motive is a rather weak argument when in by itself. So, the officer lay in wait on top of the stage. So, you agree with how our recreation turned out? Like I said, I'm grateful that you were able to save me some time here. Alright, but we still don't know why you chose to wait on top of the stage. Who cares? Maybe he wanted to become the Blue Badger. Which is to say he didn't see me on the stage and decided to put on a Badger stage on his own. Or maybe it's a completely different reason. What does it matter? It still doesn't change the fact that Officer Meekins stood up on that stage and shot the victim on the ground below. Hold it! But the conclusion he gave that was kind of weird. So you honestly believe that you're saying is what really occurred? Hey, you're the ones who came up with the scenario? Are you saying you doubt yourself? Touché. Unfortunately, Agent Lang's conclusions do not contradict your recreation. Then... Does that mean we just always damn just as he says? No, not quite. I wonder if we had recreated earlier, what's the whole truth? Okay, so, do we have the autopsy report though? Because he thought he was like shot from the front, but that makes no sense in terms of where the... Okay, so this one is shot from the shoulder. Okay. Let's see. The autopsy says entry point, yeah, lower abdomen, right shoulder. Doesn't make sense. I'm terribly sorry, Agent Lang. I should have warned you that our recreation is incomplete. You cut in quite unexpectedly, after all. What's that supposed to mean? You said that the victim was shot by the killer from above, correct? I hate to break it to you, but that's not possible. Huh? Why not? Recall the deacon's body, specifically where the gunshot wounds were located. Actually, I didn't get that good of a look. Oh, well then. The bullet entered Mr. Deacon's in his abdominal region and exited through his right shoulder. This is what consisted with the angle shot from beneath the victim. Then, yes, our recreation had the victim being shot at an angle from above. A clear contradiction. You're discounting your own conclusions? No. This point is the only flaw. This was a mistaken parameter in our recreation. The victim and the killer's locations. Yes, the locations of the killer and the victims were wrong. Ah, I get it. I see what you're trying to say. I believe that the killer and the victim were standing opposite to what we initially thought. It was the victim who was on the top of the stage as he was being shot by the killer. If this is what happened, then it would also explain the position of the gunshot wounds. But then what about the footprints? Since the footprints don't lie, we can assume the killer also wore a costume. Yeah, like, it's Edgeworth. You can't just have Phoenix level of opponents if you're playing as Edgeworth, because Edgeworth is a completely different level who doesn't, you know, rely on divine intervention to get him through the cases. Oh, I just love that. So we can start with Phoenix right here instead. Okay, I'll try using that data instead. Judging by the fact that both the killer and the victim were wearing costumes, I'd say it was a killing between the two kidnappers. That would be the most natural conclusion. Wouldn't you agree, Agent Lang? Well done, Mr. Prosecutor. But that alone doesn't clear Officer Meekins of the crime. I asked you to take another good look at the tire marks over there. The 3 marks are indicative of the blue Badger-mobile. That story Officer Meekins told about that shop on wheels getting stolen was just a lie. He drove the blue Badger-mobile here and committed a murder. Then he used the car to move the body to the garage in the Wild Wild West area. You believe he moved the body with a car? That's right. It was Officer Kimikins himself who pointed us to the way he did it. The tire marks are very telling, however. Is the blue Badgermobile the only thing capable of creating such a pattern? Do we have any on the other mobiles? We have this one. We don't have anything there. This one doesn't take us anything.
Hold it!
We can still make jokes on Phoenix's expense, right? This game just keeps poking fun at Phoenix in that sense. The tire marks. Yes, the tire marks. The ones behind the stage. They were hidden up until now by the various pieces of stage equipment. As for when they were made, they must have been made after the rain had begun to fall, correct? Yes, and probably around the same time as when the killer's footprints were made. The tires on the blue Badgermobile probably got pretty muddy because of that. I say it's the blue Badgermobile because, well, this is pretty obvious too, is it though? We have a picture of the blue Badgermobile here, and it is spotless. Because if the argument is the rain, the tire marks are spotless. Sorry, Agent Lang, but that's an impossible tale. And why is that? Those tire marks could not have been left by Officer Mika's blue Badgermobile. One look at the car would have told you so. Take a good look at the tires. There's not a single dollop of mud to be found on it. If this car had come to the backstage area and left those tire marks, then the lack of mud on these tires stands out as a very peculiar indeed. And then how to explain the tire track, genius? Hey, I got it. What about Miss Oldbag's pink Badgermobile? Don't be ridiculous! I was sleeping the entire time in the second series seats. Indeed, and I believe we can rule out hers as someone related to the crime. However, there's yet one more roving store, as I recall. Oh, you mean a proto-badger? That's right. There was one more parking space inside that garage. And it proves the existence of a proto-Badgermobile. Agent Lang, I suggest to find this proto-Badgermobile post-haste. There must be some sort of incriminating evidence in it. Yeah. Hey! Did you hear something? Oh. Help me! Are you alright? Well, this is something. Looks like we found our kidnapping victim. Where were you all this time? Wild West, the kidnappers. He was in the room next to the one I was held in. Ran away using underground and got lost. The kidnappers. What is it? I don't understand what you're trying to say. The kidnappers escaped wearing costumes. Did you see the kidnappers of your Did you see the faces of your kidnappers? Oh, I didn't see their faces. Two. One was a woman. A woman? Quite an important piece of testimony. Hey, what are you guys doing? Stop standing there, just get your cops on this already. I'll even let you guys have what that kid said just now. Consider the gift. Now, are you gonna get out of my crime scene or I'm gonna have to get rough? Again? You're nothing but a big bully. Come on, Mr. Edgeworth, let's go. Oh, no, no, no. Not you. You're a very important witness to my case. I'm not about to let you get away that easily. Don't count on me to testify, because I won't. Not for you. That's right. I won't either. You hear me, you young whippersnapper? Calm down. There's no need for this hostility. I just want to take a statement from each one of you. I'm not gonna rough either of you up. I give you my word. Come now, fair maidens. What you say, will you cooperate?
Oh, fair maidens? Oh my, you little rascal! You sure know your way into a woman's heart.
Langsy says, the passage of time is but a fleeting moment, and a young lady is young forever.
Trying to outdo my Edgeworth with your fancy sayings. Let's get this over with. Just so we're clear, I'm only interested in giving you my statement.
Sure. Just as soon as Mr. Prosecutor leaves us be.
Mr. Edgeworth.
Too many audio channels, huh? Good plan, Pix. Looked like we got a boot again. With Lance safe, the focus of the investigation will solely shift onto the murder.
You mean the infighting between the kidnappers?
Yes, and also the identity of the remaining kidnapper. Miles, my boy! Oh, oh wait, that was wrong. Tell me it's true. Tell me you really found my boy. Yes, Miss Roman, we found him early in the stadium.
And when it lands, is unhurt?
Well, he's not exactly in the picture of perfect health, but his life is not in danger. He's being questioned right now by Agent Lang.
Poor Lance. It must have been so horrible for him, knocked up like a...
Oh, Miles, my boy, I can't thank you enough. It was nothing. I'm still in shock over what happened with poor Oliver. But I have to say, I'm really glad Lance is alright. Oh, and that's right. I mustn't forget to pass this on to Lance. As soon as the police are finished with him. A letter? Well, the way Lance has been chased after by women reminds me of someone I know. I almost can't believe he received yet another love letter, you know. Here, take a look for yourself. Is this a breach of confidentiality? Well, it's a very simple love letter. Oh, can you all see what that is? In the background there. Now, where have you seen that name before? And the text there. And see the signature, if you can see it behind the text box.
my dear Lance Amano, may I come see you again? Your beloved Viola.
Oh, it's wonderful.
Oh, hey, let me see. That's really weird.
It's from a loan company, the Tenderlender. Looks more like a collection bill to me. Oh, that is fabulous. I'd forgotten about this. I feel bad for Lance if he's involved with Viola. I don't think Edgeworth was involved in that case, so yeah, Edgeworth wasn't involved in that case at all. So he has no clue.
He loves me not. But he loves me. But no, he loves me not. Oh, that's the 12th one. No, you can't give up, Lauren. Just one more try.
Excuse me, but I can't help to feel a bit sorry for the flowers you've gone through.
I suppose they were. If they were mean, then
I believe you said that you were Lance's girlfriend when you first met, correct? Like flashback, something stupid Wright did. Ah, fair.
well, yes, I am. But oh, it's not like we're both like think of each other as lovers or anything. But he did give me this ring, so I guess we're not just friends either. I mean, because this isn't just an ordinary ring. It tastes so sweet when you lick it. It's so wonderful.
You mean to tell me that he gave you a little lollipop ring?
So, which is it? I mean, have you guys not decided if you're going out, or is it just one-sided?
Decided? Shouldn't the parties involved be naturally just no?
My father used to work for Mr. Romano, so Lance and I, well, we grew up together. I said it out loud.
I don't see how that's anything to be embarrassed about. So, your father was an employee of the Romano Group. Just what exactly did he do?
Oh, I heard his job was to fly around the world on Pegasus.
But Pegasus?
Oh, Pegasus, that was the name of the airplane. The airplane belonged to the company. Oh, you had me there for a second. But now it's all changed. My father is not around anymore. Oh, I see. How about 10 years ago he rode in Pegasus off to somewhere and he never returned.
Riding Pegasus to whereabouts unknown. That sounds like the stuff of legends are made of.
It's been so long, I don't think I'd recognize him if we ever met again.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Lauren. She's really that naive. Yeah, that's right, Fix.
But I won't give it to the sadness. I have to live. Yes, Lauren, live.
About this incident.
Incident? Well, but isn't the kidnapping already over and done with? I've been here the whole time, so I'm afraid I don't know much about any other incident.
How do you come to know that Lance had been kidnapped?
Oh, well, that's because of my woman's intuition.
You base everything on that.
I know everything when it comes to my Lance.
I did? How did I confuse Callie? And in what way did I confuse Callie? I'm curious. With the whole, like, Bretta's basement?
Oh, but I also said go to the Colosseum.
Come on. Oh. Yeah, good. I need Do tell me if she actually goes to Bretta's basement afterwards, because I need to see how she reacts to that magnificent bust. Ah.
It's really strange. I mean, it must be destiny. She started fantasizing again. So, what are you going to do now, Miss Edgeworth?
We already established that there's a good chance that the killer is the other kidnapper. It is my duty to figure out who the other person is. I believe there is one location that might hold a clue or two. Well, that'll be the the isolation room, the place where we're held as prisoners.
Hold it! Don't lump me in with you. I can't allow you to slander my good name and as a great thief by saying that I was captured.
Not being able to escape from somewhere quite qualifies you as a caged bird, Kay.
Besides, we checked that place pretty well when we were there, remember? Don't you think it would be an even better idea to check somewhere else?
Perhaps you're right. I believe there is one location that will be the kidnapper's hideout. The obvious location is the kidnapper's hideout.
But we're still not allowed in, remember?
Agent Lang and his men should be done with this area. In that case, there is no harm in asking that officer over there to let us in. What do you have to report?
Sir, nothing unusual or out of the ordinary, sir.
Where have I had such redundancy before? Is it possible for us to take a look around inside?
Sir, roger, sir.
That was surprisingly hassle-free. Are you certain? Didn't Agent Lang order you not to allow me in?
Sir, that's true, sir, but Detective Gumshoe asked for me personally to let you in, sir. I just couldn't refuse that request from him. Wow. Looks like Detective Gumshoe has a following.
Furthermore, I was asked to give this document to you, sir. What is this? The man in this picture. Isn't this Mr. Oliver Deacon?
Escapees from Penitent Prison.
Stole a gun from a guard during escape. We thought he might have.
But the name says Colin Deveray.
The same name as the one on the back of the pendant. We'll read this one afterwards. It appeared that Colin Deveray was his real name. And what is this? He was convicted in a case 10 years ago and sent to prison.
What? Then what's he doing here?
Apparently he broke out of jail and then he just vanished. He must have become Oliver Deacon to cover up the fact that he was an escaped felon.
Well, now I'm not quite sure what's going on anymore.
Is there some sort of link between the victim's past and his current case? These police documents are rather detailed.
Yeah.
I should take the time to give them a thorough read eventually. It's fine. Let's continue focus on one thing at a time, starting with the kidnapper's hideout.
Yeah, I agree. We should investigate first. Think later.
More than thinking things through, I think you should try to remembering things first. Now then, if you could please unlock the door, officer. It was locked until a little while ago, but since then the door's been wide open, sir. I'm not sure I follow what you're saying. Can you explain in more detail? Sir, the door was locked down tight when I went to check out the room. So they got about 10 officers to help out and break down the door, sir. I see. I guess that means I get Agent Lang's leftovers. Well, let's see what we find out. So, this is what a kidnap was planned there.